We're going to just a second.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I think we're ready to go. I think we're live in several different locations today. And I want to welcome everyone to our MetaPower Metabolic Makeover class. This is a part of a series that I'm doing in October called the October Lunch and Learn Wellness Series. And the series is really designed to give you tips, give you tools, give you knowledge to help you elevate and upgrade your health no matter where you're at. So if you are a brand new to really diving into holistic wellness solutions with doTERRA and being empowered in your health and taking charge of what is going on in your life, welcome. You're all welcome. Maybe you're a seasoned veteran. I know that when some people were registering for this class, they're like, hey, I've had essential oils in my home for 10 years or 5 years, and I just want to continue to learn. And so welcome to all of you as well. So no matter how you're joining or where you're joining from, I want you to know that this is a space for you to learn and to be empowered. My motto is, when we know better, we can do better. It's a beautiful quote by the Maya Angelou. And I just love that quote because there's so much power in that. And when we have knowledge, then we can make the decisions that we might need to make to move forward in our health. And so I am just super excited that you are joining me. I am going live in multiple locations. So just a couple of just quick house cleaning little notes for everybody before we get started is I'm going live in multiple locations, and I want to make sure I get all of your questions answered. So no matter where you're at, make sure you're using the comment feature, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, or if you're live in the Zoom room, make sure you're using that chat feature, because I want to make sure that I'm getting all of your questions answered. I just might not be able to do it when I'm live and in the moment. So make sure that you are popping questions and comments into the chat. I want to reach out to you. I want to work with you, and I want to make sure that you have all of your questions answered. And so today we're going to be covering a topic called metabolic health. And you might be joining this and going, I have no idea what metabolic health is. And if that is the case, or if you're just starting to hear this term, you are in the right place. Okay. You are in the exact right place, because today we are going to dive into what is metabolic health. Why is it so important? Why is it such a big deal? How you can make some simple changes starting today. As soon as we get off of this workshop, you will be able to start implementing changes that can be lasting and that you will see big results from. Okay, so welcome to the class. Welcome to the online hangout, the online space. I am super grateful for all of you to be here today, and I'm even more grateful for technology that allows us to connect from no matter where we're at. So before we get started, a little bit of a background. My name is Katie Glasgow, and I am a wellness educator with doTERRA. And I have been teaching people about natural solutions for almost 13 years now, which seems almost impossible, but for almost 13 years. And for about I would say 15 to 16 years, I have been on a journey to improve my health with daily practices and simple shifts that I've made in my home over time. And so I'm really excited to share some of my knowledge over the last 13 years that I have gained, and to share what I'm seeing right now in our current environment as I work with women and I work with families to find solutions for their health. And so I'm really excited to have you here, and I'm really excited to get started. So now you know who I am. Now you know what we're going to talk about today. And now we are going to dive in. Again, make sure you're asking questions in the comments. I want to know what your questions are. And also make sure you're reaching out, you're asking questions. And if you have a notebook and a pen handy, that would be key. Grab some water, grab some coffee, grab some tea, and let's have fun with our Lunch and Learn on metabolic health. Okay, so I've got my PowerPoint going, and we are going to shift it. Okay, so the first question I want to ask you, this is a really interactive class. You came here for a reason. I don't want you to just sit and, hide from the screen and not talk. So I want you to be interactive as much as possible wherever you're at. So the first question I have for everybody is, are any of these areas of concern from you? Brain fog, mood swings, sleep issues, sagging skin, low energy, weight gain, sugar cravings, Glucose spikes, maybe you don't know what that is. Maybe, so if we say glucose spikes, do you feel like you eat and then you crash and you get really tired? You get that afternoon tiredness. What else do you have going on? Do you have some biometric markers? Maybe you've had some blood work done with your care providers, your medical professionals, and there's some markers that are out of alignment, that are a little bit concerning. And maybe the doctor is offering you some solutions, which nothing wrong with the solutions. I'm just here to offer you something different, a different alternative. Okay. And so what are you struggling with? Is it all of these? Is it one of these? Is it two of these? Where are you struggling at in your life right now? And then my next question for you is, how is that affecting your quality of life and your ability to show up as maybe a mom, a partner, an employee? Maybe you're running your own business. How is this affecting your ability to show up and lead others, or maybe to just show up at all in your business? Where are you at? Where are you at today? Right? I'm guessing if you're here, you can answer yes to at least one of these, or maybe two of these, or maybe all of these, right? Maybe you're like, hey, how can I be present? It's a struggle to be present. Yesterday, I sat down in conversation with a mom. She came over to my house for oils and coffee after we got our kids off to school. And she's like, I just don't feel myself. I don't feel myself. I'm not even 38. My cycles are irregular. I sleep at night, but I'm still fatigued, and it's really hard to keep up with my four kids and all their activities. And I am sick and tired of feeling like I'm not myself. And this is the conversation I sit with women over and over and over again. And it's why I'm so passionate about what I'm sharing today, because you have options, you have solutions if you're ready to take the next step and you're ready to embrace them. Okay. And now let's continue on. All right. So one of the things I'm seeing in today's environment, like I said, I've been doing this for 13 years, is that there's a lot of us that we're seeking solutions. We're like, hey, I am sick and tired of feeling like crap. I'm sick and tired of not having energy. I'm sick and tired of feeling that my hormones are a mess, I'm missing cycles, my sleep is off. Whatever it is, you insert the blank for you. And what the reality is there are a myriad of health issues out there that are popping up more and more and more and more. And I work with people and we are frustrated. We're like, hey, I'm seeking solutions. And we're like, but we don't know where to find our solutions. We've got the traditional medicine doctor, which is nothing wrong with going to them, but they are there to kind of help you once you're kind of past the stage of, what do I need? I need some medical intervention. And so there's nothing wrong with them, but they're not giving us the answers that we seek. And so the next option is that we can go, there's functional medicine doctors and different practitioners that are popping up here and there and all over the place. Okay. Now, I love this profession and I think it's amazing. But guess also what I'm seeing with this? It comes with extensive blood work and extensive testing that a lot of times we just don't need, right? I'm not saying there's not a time and a place for that, but it's not where we might need to begin our journey, because a lot of that testing, it comes with a high price tag, and it comes with a lot of lifestyle changes that they're wanting us to make, a lot of lifestyle changes, handfuls of supplements that are costing hundreds of dollars per month. And it's a lot overwhelming. And I know, because I'm talking to women that are doing this and their health isn't getting any better. And I have gone down this route before with myself. But this was after I was at a higher level and I wanted to dial in and create some change. And fortunately, the person I worked with, like, you don't need to do all this testing, because the myriad of our health issues is vast. The myriad of what we have going on in our health is vast. We can put a label on anything these days, right? They can give us a label of hundreds of health concerns. Maybe you have a label already that you've been given, or maybe you have multiple labels that range from mystery to maybe it's some kind of an autoimmune, or two or three autoimmunes, because once you have one, they're just going to keep giving you a label. So we have this myriad of health issues, but the reality is the root cause of all of these issues is very few. And one of the biggest components, one of the biggest root issues that I'm going to talk about today is our metabolism and our metabolic health. Now, this was an initiative that doTERRA kind of brought to the surface a little over a year ago. And so I started to dive in. I started to listen to podcasts. I started to watch what doTERRA was providing us. And don't worry, if you registered for this or if you want the resources, I'm going to provide you links. So if you want to go down those rabbit holes, you can go down those rabbit holes, because remember, knowledge is power. When we know better, we do better. Do you want just the surface that I'm going to scratch on today, or do you want to keep deep diving into your metabolic health? Okay, so today we're going to focus in on this metabolic health, because this has been the biggest focus for doTERRA for over the last year, and it's a big focus that I've adapted into my life, right? And so I want to teach you how to do the same in your life, because I've seen how powerful this is. Okay, so from a year, my hormones are more balanced than they've ever been, even though I'm in perimenopause, according to my midwife. I'm not sure about that. I'm still in denial on that because I'm not old enough to be in that area stage yet. But I've also had PCOS. I've had struggles with infertility. I've had a gamut of other things that have been related to my hormones. But guess what? I didn't focus on my hormones to get them balanced and have the best cycles of my life. I focused in on my metabolic health. And so there's so many beautiful pieces that can come together when we focus in on this. Okay, so our goals for today is we're going to learn about the 5 pillars of metabolic health. Like, what are the contributing factors of metabolic health? We're going to deep dive into what is the big deal with metabolic health and how could it be showing up in your life. So those questions we just asked ourselves, and that's a little indication of how it might be showing up in your life. And then I want to offer you simple solutions. I don't believe in just giving you the information and then not offering you simple solutions and a daily action plan that you can easily follow. I don't believe in overwhelming you with vast amounts of supplements. Are we going to supplement? Of course, because we need to, but smart supplementation and daily action plans that aren't just those things, because we can't out supplement a crappy lifestyle, but little changes that we can start to make today that are going to make a big impact if we start them today. October 1st, I saw this quote the other day. I was like, if you start something October 1st and you start creating these daily habits and changes, you're going to start seeing changes by October 15th, and you're going to make them part of your life by like November. By Thanksgiving, you have the ability to make these changes as part of your life. And that's what we want to show you how to do. Not just myself, but my team members that maybe invited you to join me today, or somebody else that you have been working with. Okay. So again, let's go back to what's preventing you from living your most powerful life. If we want to find solutions, we first have to figure out what's the barrier, what's getting in my way of bringing my dreams to life, of living my most powerful life, of being the best mom, of being the best partner, of being like, what's getting in my way? Is it your weight? Are you overweight and you can't get up and moving? Is it your clarity? Do you not have enough focus to focus in on an activity? Is it your energy? Is it that you want to be able to walk around the block? Is it that you want to be able to get a restful night's sleep? What's preventing you? What's getting in the way of you living how you want to live your most powerful life? Your most powerful life. Now, remember, I said I want you to take note of that. I'm saying yours, because your version and my version and, Sally's version that's on this call, or Trisha's version that's on this call, we all have a different version of our most powerful life. So what is your version? First, identify that, and then ask yourself, what's getting in my way? And if you're on the chat or if you're in the comments, I want you to share that with me. What is getting in the way of you living your most powerful life? Okay, so now let's dive into metabolic health. What the heck is metabolic health? Do you know what it is? Do you know? Does anybody know what metabolic health is? Okay, so metabolic health is simply the way your body produces energy and metabolizes the foods you're eating to create energy in your body. And when we have energy in our body, we're going to have more mental clarity. We're going to be able to sleep good. I look at it as like our metabolic health is kind of like the powerhouse that is driving all of our body functions. It's driving our fat cells and our fat maturation, which we're going to talk about in just a second. It's helping, it's how we age. It's how our body is able to digest food. So if digestion and bloating and feelings of discomfort in your digestive system are part of some of your symptoms that you're having right now, that's part of your metabolic health. Your mood is affected by your metabolic health, because when your metabolism is in check and your energy is in check and your foods are processing right and digesting right and your body is utilizing them for energy, our cognitive brain function works better. Our moods are better. Our hormones are part of this system. Everything in our body is part of metabolic health. But here's the frightening truth. Okay, this was what this stat like knocked me on the ground when I first learned about it about a year ago. Only 6.8% of the adult population in the US have optimal cardiometabolic health. Like what, right? What the what? Only 6.8%. So it doesn't surprise me that when I put up that thing of like, what are your symptoms, that so many of you were like 5 of them, 6 of them, whatever. Now we're not even including biomarkers like blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, weight, circumference, all of those. All of this is in metabolic health. 6.8% of the US population. This is 1 in 14 adults, right? 1 in 14 of the people around us, you or the people around us, has metabolic health that's in check. And when our metabolic health is out of whack, it's a ripple down effect to everywhere in our lives. And so I work with a lot of women entrepreneurs and women that have small owned businesses, or women that are in corporate America and have big careers. And I say, if you want, they come to me and they want strategy. I want strategy for my business. And the number one thing I will say is body first, business second. Because when our body is in check and our physical health is in check, then everything else, we can show up in our business even more. But yet so many of us put it on the lower end of the totem pole, right? We put it down here instead of up here. So I want to show you simple ways, because I also know that the majority of the people I'm talking with, your moms, you're busy, you've got a million things going on, your kids are in activities, maybe you're a grandma, you want to enjoy retirement, wherever you're at in your life, you've got a lot of stuff going on. So we can't make this complicated, because if we make it complicated, we're not going to follow through with it. We're not going to make it a daily habit, and we're going to be stuck feeling like crap, just like we might be feeling right now. And so what do we do to change? So metabolic health is a big deal because it's affecting pretty much everybody in our lives. Okay. So metabolic health obstacles, remember, kind of like, okay, you want to live your best life. We have to identify the obstacles so we can get rid of them. Okay. The next thing is our metabolic health obstacles. What are the obstacles getting in the way of our metabolic health? So we had these symptoms that are getting in the way of our life. Now we're going to look at what is getting in the way, the obstacles that are getting in the way of our metabolic health. Now the obstacles are going to be maturing fat cells. Yay. Let's talk about fat cells. Blood sugar spikes. So we're going to talk about glucose levels and blood sugar spikes. We're going to talk about cellular integrity. This is how healthy our cells are. And if we've been, lifestyle choices, outside airborne pollutants, all the things are compromising our cellular health. And if our cells aren't healthy, they can't repair and heal and do their optimal job. And then inferior supplements. We are inundated with supplements on the market, right? Like I was talking about those functional practitioners, and I am not saying if you are a functional practitioner, please do not take this the wrong way. I'm not seeing, like, you are doing good work, but how do we reach the people that are just getting started, right? And there are lots of supplements on the market, and I'm telling you from being in this industry for over 13 years, most of them you are peeing out and your sewer system is benefiting more than your body. Okay. Or they're actually causing more harm to your body than good. So let's dive into some of these. Okay. The next thing I want to understand, so we have the obstacles. The next thing I want you to understand is your lifespan versus your health span. Okay, so this is a really important topic to understand when we're talking about what we're going to talk about in metabolic health, because when our metabolic health is compromised, what happens is we have what we call our lifespan. And if you look at this gray line right here, this is the average lifespan of somebody in the United States. Okay, so this is going to be, like your average life. And right around the age of 25, your lifespan is, I think it comes, oops, no, I didn't put that one, that slide in. Where did it go? Okay. Oop, I'm hitting the wrong button. Just a minute. It's not the one I wanted. Okay, there we go. We get this back there. So we've got this extended lifespan. So as you can see, like our lifestyle, because of lifestyle choices, because of the way we live in the United States, because of our food, because of our stress, because of our sedentary lifestyles, because we're not getting outside like we were maybe 50 years ago, our lifespan has actually started to decrease quite a bit, right? So this is our normal, this is our optimal, right? It starts to really, really decrease right here. If you look at this dark gray line, this is what medical intervention can do. So this is what would happen if you went to your doctor and he said, hey, I am going to put you on XYZ for these biomarkers that are out of whack. So that doctor is just doing everything he knows how to do. But if you see, that's only going to increase and extend your lifespan just a little bit. But then what happens when we make healthy choices, when we start to bring in some of what we're going to talk about today, what happens is we are able to extend our quality of life for a little bit longer, right? We're seeing drastic changes between these. And this is where the 5 pillars of metabolic health and this healthy lifestyle, and to teach you that, hey, it doesn't matter what age you are right now, you can reverse some of this stuff. You can take it from wherever you're at right now and you can increase it with what I'm going to tell you. Okay. So let's talk about the 5 pillars of metabolic health. Hopefully, I haven't lost anybody. Everybody come back. Go ahead and comment in the chat. Let me know you're still here. Your 5 pillars of metabolic health. So we know that we've got these obstacles, and now we want to talk about this healthy eating. Or not healthy eating, the 5 pillars of metabolic health. And this is really important because I am doing this Lunch and Learn series for the next 3 weeks. Okay. And I started out with metabolic health because understanding the foundations of metabolic health are going to help you understand the next phases of metabolic health that we're going to talk about. And so sleep, or that stress management category, that's part of metabolic health. Healthy connections, that smart supplementation, your daily movement, and your eating choices are all part of your metabolic health, the 5 pillars, and what we need to focus in on to improve our metabolic health. This is also part of the doTERRA lifestyle pyramid. We've got our nutrition and our movement and our rest and our reducing and our informed self-care. It's all part of our healthy lifestyle. So it's all part of these foundational pieces. Now, your body has the amazing capacity to thrive when you give it what it needs. So if we look at those metabolic health principles, we've got these barriers. Now, how can we take these 5 pillars of metabolic health, to get rid of these barriers, right? So we've got these obstacles, and here's the solutions, the 5 pillars of metabolic health. Okay, now that's what we're going to dive into next. Let's keep going, because your body, it's not essential oils that's going to cure, prevent, or treat disease. It's not the supplements you're taking. It's not the food you're eating. It is not anything in this world will cure, prevent, or treat disease. But when you give your body the tools it needs, it has the ability to heal itself. Your body has the amazing capacity. It was born to do this, but we haven't been giving it the right tools. And so it's like a hot mess. It's a hot mess express right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to change it. Okay. So let's talk solutions. Today, we're going to focus in on nutrition and digestion and movement and metabolism. These are the 2 foundational pieces that we're going to focus in on. And I'm going to give you some really, really easy, concrete ways. And again, not here to overwhelm you, but to give you some simple solutions that you can start like today. Even if you don't have doTERRA products in your home, we're going to give you some things that you can do 2 minutes in the morning, at night, and I'm going to give you things that might take 30 minutes a day, right? So can you carve out 30 minutes a day? Like, I want to ask you that right now. Is it feasible in your life, or could you find the time if you knew how well you could feel in 90 days? Are you willing to say yes to you for 30 minutes a day? 30 minutes a day. I don't want to overwhelm you at all. I want you to commit to 30 minutes a day to feel like a completely brand new person. Because what would happen if you said, yes, I'm going to take 30 minutes a day that I might be like hanging out on Facebook or hanging out on or binge watching a TV show? We all have more than 30 minutes a day that we waste in time. I don't care how busy you say you are or what you have on your plate. We all can make out 30 minutes, especially if that 30 minutes is going to have a ripple effect into so much. Oh my gosh, I love it. You're all like, yes, yes, I can commit. Okay, I'm going to hold you to it. You two better get ready. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at is our this is part of smart supplementation, but we're looking at that nutritional foundation. And the reality is that the majority of Americans are not getting any type of supplementation that we need. Okay, we our food, and I work with a lot of people. They're like, oh, we shouldn't have to supplement, we should just use food. Absolutely, but we do not live in a perfect world. And the majority of us, even though we are trying, I'm going to be real, right? I am not a purist where I'm like, you are going to eat all whole organic food every single day of the week. I understand. I'm a mom. I have life. I have kids that want to go for a special treat at they want to go for a special treat at Dairy Queen every once in a while. They want to do this, and that is totally fine, right? And we talk a lot in our house about balance, but with balance, we need to supplement and create some harmony. So we've got this myriad of health issues going on, and most of it is because we're not giving our body what it needs. We have food that's void of nutrients. We're not eating real whole foods the majority of the time. Let's say aim for 80%. And our food has lost a lot of its nutritional value. So I believe that smart supplementation is needed. And so this is where the Lifelong Vitality Pack comes in. This was the very first product I tried in doTERRA. This is a fun fact about me, is that I did not get started in doTERRA because of oils. I actually didn't really embrace the oils and start using the oils for quite some time. At first, I really focused in on nutrition. I was breastfeeding at the time, and my son would not take a bottle. He hated bottles. So I was the only milk supply, and I felt I never had enough supply for him. And so I was working with somebody that introduced me to doTERRA, that was a nutritionist, and she's like, you need some nutrients. And so I started with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and it was amazing what happened. Yeah, some people are like, I started with LOV first. Some people said I started with oils first. It doesn't matter where you started in your journey or where you decide to start after today, but this is going to be key and foundational. 12 years later, I still take this every single day, and I notice a huge difference when I don't take it. Okay, so this is going to give you your essential vitamins. It's going to give you your cellular longevity. That's going to give you a little bit more energy and those fatty acids that we need for that brain. Okay, and so this is going to be foundational. And I want you to think of your body as this giant, giant jigsaw puzzle, and it needs all of the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle so that we can see the picture, right? Well, when we're not supplementing and we're not doing that with smart supplementation, we're missing a whole lot of pieces between our diets and where our bodies are at. And what the Lifelong Vitality does is it comes in and it fills in the hole. It gives us these healthy foundations on which we can start. That's why we have nutrition at the base. Now, you can't just take these supplements and keep eating McDonald's every day and eating processed fake food. Like, it doesn't work like that. You can't out supplement your way out of a shitty diet. Like, it doesn't work that way. But this is going to help you maybe have a little bit more energy to make some better food choices. Okay. This is going to get you started in the right direction. Okay. It might start to help you feel better, so you have a little bit more capacity to make some healthier choices in your diet. But just remember that you can't just keep eating McDonald's and take this and think that it's going to work. Or you can't just do this and, go to Hy-Vee and get some cookie dough on sale and eat all the cookie dough. Okay. This is going to be foundational for you. Okay. So the other thing I want to share with you, I had this person come to me the other day. She's been on lifelong vitality, I think 8 years. And she's like, Katie, I think I need to cut some costs. I'm looking at some other supplements because I want to cut costs. Well, here's the reality. If you look at any other supplements that have comparable ingredients to doTERRA, you are going to find that you would be spending a lot more than your $80 on your lifelong vitality, and you're not going to feel the same. Okay. So this is saying, hey, I need to invest $80 in myself every month, and this is going to help me feel better. But remember, when I'm talking about this, I'm always thinking about the head, the ripple effect of what happens when you feel well, and the ripple effect of what happens when you feel well and your health is in check, and you don't have to have the other medical costs that you might have in your home because of that, right? So this is actually going to be cheaper than getting a coffee every day, going to get a soda at the gas station, going out to eat once a week. Those kinds of things. Like, how can you shift where you're spending your dollars? Because I get it right now that there are people that you're like, hey, I'm just barely getting by, but can I tell you what? This is worth it every single day. This is one of the reasons I actually started doing what I was doing, because I lived in LA we lived in LA on one income with a family of 4, and I didn't have the funds for lifelong vitality every month. So I started sharing this. So if you're like, hey, I love my lifelong vitality and I want to earn some doTERRA dollars, this might be a perfect opportunity for you. Okay. So anyway, lifelong vitality. You guys have heard me talk about this all for a long time, but maybe you're brand new and you're like, is she ever going to stop talking about lifelong vitality? The answer is no, because it is life changing. All right. Life changing. The experiences I have seen with people that say yes to this product and take it with commitment. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing that we're going to look at is our MetaPower system. This is the system that launched a year ago that added on to these healthy foundations and went to solving what was going on in our metabolic health obstacles. So we're going to go back to this chart. Remember when I talked about our metabolic health obstacles: maturing fat cells, blood sugar spikes, cellular integrity, and inferior supplements. I kind of already talked about the inferior supplements. Okay. There's not a lot on the market that compares to lifelong vitality. And if it is, it's going to cost a lot more. Bottom line, I've looked, I've done the research, I have done all the things. Okay. So now we're going to look at this different of these metabolic health obstacles: this maturing fat cells, the blood sugar, the cellular integrity, and the inferior supplements. So first, let's go to maturing fat cells. Who wants to talk about fat cells? So much fun, right? I've got a nice little graphic. Okay, so here's the reality. We've got some balloons here. We are born with a certain amount of fat cells. And I believe that up until a certain age, we can add fat cells onto our body. Like we gain more fat cells in our body. But I want you to imagine that you have a balloon, right? And so if weight struggles um, weight struggles are part of your story, or whatever that looks like, I want you to keep this in mind, is that you have fat cells and they have a memory, and you get them, so like maybe you get them when you're young, and you've got this metabolism that's through the roof. I've never been blessed with that, but maybe you've got this metabolism that's through the roof, and you've got these fat cells, and I want you to think of them as balloons that are shrunk down, right? So the smaller they are, that's probably you're going to have a more slender physique. But what happens is, as you eat the processed foods, as you have stress in your life, as you have exposure to chemicals that could be through your processes or whatever, your fat cells expand, right? So you gain weight and you gain fat on your body because your fat cells have expanded, okay? And they keep expanding. And what happens is these fat cells, they get big and fat, and they're full of toxins. It's so gross, right? They're full of toxins and they're full of the fat, and your body's holding on to them, and they create inflammation in your body. And then because they're toxic, this is where a lot of our root issues are coming from, is how our fat cells, is this maturation of the fat cells. Okay. Well, there's the good news and the bad news. The bad news is you can't get rid of your fat cells. Okay. But you can shrink them back down. You can get the toxins out of them. And you can make them a healthier size to make yourself more slender, to release body weight that may be weighing you down and holding you back from living your best life. Okay. So, how are we going to do that? I'm going to talk about the product, the MetaPower Oil Blend. Okay. So, what this does is this is an oil that you can put in your water throughout the day. It is a capsule that you can take right after you eat for best results. Did you hear me? Right after you eat for best results, write that down in your notebook. Right after you eat for best results, take a capsule. Okay. Put the oils in your water throughout the day. What this oil does, this oil blend does, because guess what essential oils can do? They can get inside cells. I repeat that. They can get inside cells, and a lot of things can't get inside cells that you're going to buy on the supermarket shelf. That's why they're so powerful. That's why they're so effective. So they can get into the cells and they can help with that cell shrinking. They can help with the releasing of the toxins from that fat cell, which is going to help you flush it out of your system. That's why it's amazing to drink it with water, because it's helping flush everything out of your system. And it's also helping you curb cravings. So if you're overeating sugars or sweets, or maybe you're eating at times of the day when you really aren't hungry, you're just bored, you've got emotions coming up, you're stressed, and so you start to eat, you can pop in some gum, some MetaPower gum. I keep one in my purse. I have one here on my desk. But that's what this blend has been developed for. And the capsules are just oils in the capsule, right? So if you don't like the taste, you can take that. So this is going to help with that metabolic health. It's going to help with that fat cell maturation. Okay. So that was obstacle number one, maturing fat cells. We've got a solution for it. We're knocking them out. We don't need them anymore. The second thing that we're going to solve for a solution for is the obstacle is our blood sugar spiking. Now, this is like, oh my gosh. So Glucose Goddess is a great book to read on this. There's lots of other books and resources out there. But one of the things that they're finding, and I heard this way before doTERRA even introduced it onto the scene, is that our blood sugar spiking constantly throughout the day is one of the biggest causes of aging. One of the biggest root causes of aging is how our blood sugar is spiking throughout the day. So every single time we eat, okay, so we've got this little image of this car. I'm going to give you an analogy. Okay, so every time our blood sugar spikes, it jars our body, right? And so I want you to imagine you're driving your car down the road, and you're driving down the road and you're going on I-80 and you're going 80 miles an hour, and something runs out in the front of the car and you have to slam on the brakes, okay? If you did that every once in a while, that hard braking, I think they call it, if you do that every once in a while, your car is going to, it's some wear and tear in your car. It's not that great for your car, is it? It's not that great for your tires and your brakes and all of that. Every once in a while is fine. Now, I want you to imagine that was happening every single time you ate something in your life, right? Every single time you ate something that caused your blood sugar to spike, your car was going like this. It would put a lot of wear and tear on your body, wouldn't it? It would put so much wear and tear on your body. That's what is happening every single time you eat, and you're eating carb-rich foods, you're eating sweets, you're eating things like that. They're spiking your blood sugar. Now, I am not saying carbs are bad. I am not telling you to go on a keto diet. I am telling you that every time you eat, that's happening. And so that's why it's so important to eat a balanced diet, right? To get some veggies in first, and then some proteins, and then your carbs, right? Eat them, or long chain carbs. That's why sourdough is so unbelievable now, because it affects your glucose a little bit differently. Okay. And so what our goal is with this blood sugar spiking is to get our blood sugar to regulate as easy as possible. So this is where MetaPower Assist comes in. Remember, we're smart supplementing. We're giving our bodies some additional tools to help it. And so what they've seen with MetaPower Assist, it's got some great things in there like berberine and, oh, so good. And so what it's going to do is it's going to help prevent glucose spiking. So how you do this is you take it before your largest meal of the day. Okay, so it reduces absorption of simple carbohydrates, it supports healthy blood sugar responses, and it stabilizes your energy throughout the day. So instead of having those big highs and lows, your energy is stable throughout the day. And so this one, you take it with your meal. Ideally, 15 to 20 minutes ahead of time. Don't worry too much about that. Just take it before you eat. Okay. So it's also going to help with blood sugar spike. It's a really, really great product. Okay. Now let's go into cellular integrity. This is where we need to go in and repair the cells in our body. And that's going to happen from a lot of these other things we're doing, but then we're going to bring in this MetaPower Advantage. This is going to help with our biological aging, our health span. It's going to help reverse some of the damage we've already done. Plus, it's going to help you with that brain fog you have. This is going to help. It's going to help with your skin, your hair, and your nails, which is what most collagens on the market is about. But this one's a little bit different because you've probably already heard benefits of collagen. There's lots of companies out there claiming they're the best. And I'm going to tell you right now, doTERRA's is the best. 12 times more bioavailable than any other collagen on the market. 9 unique collagen types. Most have 1 to 2 to 3. And it's activated by you when you put the powder. It comes in a sachet with a powder. And when you put that powder in the water, that is what's going to activate it. So it's optimal that you take it. It's like after you make it, you're not like sipping on it like a cocktail. You down that stuff. You chug it. You go, ooh, you bring back your college days and you take a shot. Okay. And for all of you that are like, I tried the collagen and I don't like the taste, get over it. Okay. This isn't something you have to like the taste of. This is something that is benefiting your body in a big way. I love the taste. I love it. I love how it tastes. But I'm not sipping on it. When it first came out, I was sipping on it. And then I learned like, no, most benefits, chug it real fast, chug it, put it in some water, chug it, make it quick. Take it with your lifelong vitality in the morning, right? Get your lifelong vitality, your first dose of the day, and then just go chug it back, right? So this is what is going to, I'm going to be giving you guys resources on this because if you're like into collagen and you want to deep dive into this, this is amazing. Okay. But it's got these synergistic ingredients. It's got biotin. It's got liposomal vitamin C in it. It's got marine collagen, hyaluronic acid, NADH. Go down a rabbit hole with that. It's got all of this stuff that's going to give you more energy. I was recently thinking to myself, I've got 3 boys. I am running a business and I have to keep up with a lot with their practices and their juggling and whatever. And for the most part, I don't get stressed about it. And I can wake up like this morning. I woke up at 5:30 because my oldest he had to leave at 6. And I'm fine. And I'm probably going to go till 9 o'clock at night. And then I'll crash. I'll get my 8 hours of sleep. And then I'll be back up the next day, full of energy and vitality. I'm not the mom that sits at the events and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I need to go get another coffee. I'm so stressed out. I can't remember anything. That's not me because I've embraced this lifestyle and I know you can too. Okay. So this is going to be, again, you would spend over $300, right? So between Lifelong Vitality and MetaPower Advantage, like these are the 2 key components to your health. If you don't do anything else for your health, do these. Okay. You don't do anything else for your business for the last 3 months of the year. Do these. Focus in on your health. Okay. So again, those inferior supplements, we're just going to bring in the Lifelong Vitality. So we've prevented all of the obstacles. Did you see that? Let me go back to the obstacles. Where are they at? Maturing fat cells. We've got the MetaPower oil and the capsules and the gum. Blood sugar spikes. We've got MetaPower Assist. Cellular integrity. We've got the Advantage collagen with the supplements. Now, let's look at how we would put these all together. Because remember, some of you are committing to me for 30 minutes a day. But I got to tell you what to do in that 30 minutes a day. Okay. So this is going to be your MetaPower daily schedule. Okay. This takes 2 minutes. This does not take 30 minutes. Okay. You still got plenty of time. This takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes, start each day with your water, with your MetaPower. Take it with a shot with your lifelong vitality. Okay. Customize your day. You can take a MetaPower soft gel after each meal. You can take your assist with the largest meal and take your gum, oil, and beadlets whenever you hunger craves. And remember, I am sending you all of this information. So if you just happen to see me on one of the broadcasts somewhere because I'm putting it out there, I will have all my information there. You need to message me so I can get all of this information to you because I want to make this super simple, super easy. So if you don't focus on anything else, focus on this. All right. So this is like 2 or 3 minutes a day. You still have 27 that you owe me. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. What would it feel like if you were living your most powerful life? Like, really, truly, if you were living your most powerful life and you got rid of all these excuses, all of these stories, all of these labels in your head, and you were like, I am going to live my most powerful life. I am going to allow my dreams to come, not just stay inside of me, but to come to reality. What would you do different in your life? What would you do different in your life if you didn't feel like shit? I was trying not to drop any little bombs today, but I can't help it sometimes. I grew up on a farm. What would it feel like if you got rid of these stories of I'm tired all the time. I don't have energy. I have brain fog. I feel like crap. I have so much pain. I can't go for a walk every day. That is just a story that's keeping you small. So get rid of it and let's live your most powerful life. So I told you I was going to give you some tips that you could start today. Okay. So this is where if all of you that said you had 30 minutes for me, this is where the 30 minutes come in on. Do stop. Okay. Just right now, just stop trying to do a 30-day challenge or, a 6-month challenge or, a 10-day challenge with the gym or a 30-day detox or whatever it is. Most of us are not ready for that. It creates too much change and we shut down and we can't manage it. I want you to make small daily changes, small daily adjustments, and we're going to make this easy. So I want you to pick like two of these and say, this is where I'm going to focus in on in October, right? So number one would be, hey, I'm going to take my lifelong vitality and I'm going to do my MetaPower system every day, 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes and then at night. Okay. And then come up with a couple of more. Focus on water and consuming half your body weight in ounces per day. Just focus on water. Focus on water. So many people are dehydrated. Focus on water. Stop eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. Just stop it. Just stop right now. If you're not sleeping well, especially if you're not sleeping well, when your blood glucose levels spike because you've eaten right before bed, that spike prevents you from being able to sleep. Okay. So just stop 2 to 3 hours. Try to have my last meal lately has been by 5:30 p.m. And if I get hungry the rest of the night, you know what I do? I chew on some MetaPower gum. I drink some herbal tea. I drink some more water with MetaPower in it. Most of the time we're eating before bed because we're bored, not because we're actually hungry. And so shift when you're eating your last meal. Go for a 10 to 15 minute walk after you eat your last meal, ideally 15 to 20 minutes after your last bite. Just go for a little walk around your block. It doesn't have to be that much, but movement 15 to 20 minutes after you have eaten a meal has been shown to help with the blood sugar regulation. When you feel the desire to eat, ask yourself, am I hungry or am I bored? Do I need to eat or do I just need some more water? Eat some real food and aim to eat out less and cook more, right? So again, I don't know where you're at. We're all in a different spot. So maybe you're just like, hey, I'm going to eat one less meal out this week. Keep your food simple. Don't try all these crazy new recipes. Like eat some chicken with some broccoli. You'll be fine. Begin your meal with your veggies. And move your body 30 minutes a day. So when I said that 30 minutes, I want you to move your body. And do you know there's just as much health benefit as doing 3 10-minute walks as there is in one big 30-minute one. So if you're not up to 30 minutes at a time, or if that's not your lifestyle, sneak in 3 10-minute walks. Go around your block. If you live in town, if you live in the country, well, you can figure something out. Go outside and garden. Actually, that's not gardening is stress relief, but it's not actually movement, because it's not intensive enough, right? So we want to get our cardiovascular health up a little bit. So a brisk walk, something that kind of wins you just a little bit, is more optimal. Go to the gym, go to the Y, whatever that is. So these are some additional tips. Like, what tips are you going to start like right now? What's one thing you can do right now? Go get your water. I forgot mine today. I mean, it's in the other room. I'll get it when I'm done with you guys. Okay, now 3 key takeaways. Nutrition and metabolism are connected. Nutritional deficiencies and metabolic imbalances affect almost everyone in the US. 6.8% of the population is all that it doesn't affect. There are safe, effective, affordable solutions that will not overwhelm you, that you can use in your daily routine, that only take a few minutes. The only reason I'm saying 30 is because I want you to get that movement in, because for me, I find that that is a key foundational piece as well. Okay, how to purchase. Okay, this is where we're going now. How do we purchase? Because I can't tell you about these amazing products and then not tell you how to bring them into your home. If you are an existing doTERRA customer, you go into your loyalty rewards and you get the products, right? If you do it this month, 200 PV order, just want to tell you, you get a free oil and a free bath oil. And then if you do that by the 15th, you would also get a balsam fir. So lots of benefits to being an existing customer. One of the things I want to remind you of is that when you're on the loyalty rewards program, when you add the lifelong vitality pack to your cart, you get to add on additional products at a reduced price. So this is going to be cost savings, because I'm all about cost savings. And so you can add on the lifelong vitality pack, add on your collagen, and then you can add on your oil and your beadlets, so you have what you need for the month. Okay, so that is the best way to create the biggest bang for your buck when you're purchasing with the loyalty rewards program. I'm really loving the daily packs right now. So they're like little sachets, because sometimes I forget. And so I always have a stash of these in my purse. I have them in my house. I have them in all places. It's like $5 more to have the convenience to remember to take them. Okay. If you're not a loyalty customer, and if you're not part of doTERRA yet, we want you to join us in this wellness revolution. Okay. So in October, I have to tell you about all these awesome deals. And I want to plant the seed. So if you're a lot of you that are joining in live, you already have doTERRA in your home. So these offers might not pertain to you. But do you have 2 or 3 people that you can tell about this class, that you can send them the recording later on, or you can talk to them about it and you can help them get these deals? Yes, you all have 2 to 3 people. And so that's what I want you to focus on 2 to 3 people, to tell them, do you all know that you can start your wellness journey, and you can also get $168 free this month? So how you would get started in October is you get the entire MetaPower system. You add on a lifelong vitality pack that gives you everything you need. But when you do that, there is a code. Now you're going to need to talk to the person that invited you to get this code, or you reach back out to me. And with that code, you're going to get a free membership, free shipping, free diffuser, free adaptive oil, and a free bath oil, which is going to be great for calming emotions, because remember, that was part of metabolic health. A free citrus bliss for the diffusing, free adaptive touch, and free frankincense. Okay, $168 in free this month for getting started with a collection. This is $268. So this is an investment in your health. But I can tell you without a fraction of doubt in my mind, you are not going to be able to find something that is this beneficial for your health that you're only paying $268 for, right? Because you're not going to find it anywhere else. Because anywhere else, just to walk in the door would probably be a $300 appointment. And that doesn't include the supplements, that doesn't include the blood work, that doesn't include all the other things. And remember, you're here to bring your dreams to life. So what is it costing you to not feel well? What is it costing you to not feel well? So this is what I've got for today. I am going to stop my share. I'm going to end this slideshow. I've still got a couple of you on. So good. And I am, just a second. Okay, we're still live. But I've really loved having all of you here. And I want you to take the next steps. And if today, if you're like, hey, I can't swing the 268 or I can't swing my loyalty. Go do some of those free things that I gave you to do. Go drink your water, go take walks, go move your body for 30 minutes a day. Go do some other things that you can do to elevate your health, right? You are in charge, not anybody else. You are in charge. So go do something today to elevate yourself. Okay. One more quick announcement just at the very end is that this Lunch and Learn series is going to be continuing every Tuesday in the month of October at noon on Tuesday. You can find all the information, and I'll be posting these in the comments to register on my website, magicwithkatie.com/events. And in there, you can find all of them. Next week, we're going to dive into sleep. So if sleep is an area that you're like, we're going to start with metabolic health foundations, but we also have some amazing new sleep solutions that I want to talk to you about, because sleep is a huge part of women's hormones and with everything else going on. Okay. So that is going to be next week. And I will be dropping links into the comments. Make sure you're reaching out, Katie at Magic with Katie. If you have questions, I'm here. Knowledge is power, and I want to answer your questions and get back to you. So you can put them in the comments, and I'll answer questions in the comments, or I'll come back to you. Okay. So everyone that joined me today, thank you so much. Share this with a friend. Everybody needs this information. Share this with a friend. Share this with somebody that could use this information, and go out and let's create a metabolic health revolution, because it is time, and it is time to stop feeling the way we're feeling and to embrace the next level of us to upgrade our health. So thank you everyone for joining. I'll talk to you soon. See you next week.